Due to possible harmful extremist content, parental discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of the station, its affiliates, or advertisers. The use of the show is only allowed with the express written permission of the producer and the host. So get ready for 2 hours of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show starting right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for March 1st, 2026. We're already into March. The first quarter of the year is slipping by, folks. Before you know it, it'll be summer, and the birds will be out, the leaves will be on the trees, the barbecue will be going, and the weather will be beautiful. I know a lot of you out there in New York, up in New England, East Coast, you're thinking, nah, this guy's lying to us, man. It ain't never going to warm up. But I swear, it will warm up for you. Very soon, it will be summer. Doc, up in the Pacific Northwest, how's things going up there?
Pretty good, pretty good. Flowers are blooming already, so spring's right around the corner. Pretty excited about that.
Yep. Flowers are blooming. You got the tulips going, huh?
The daffodils, tulips, whichever one it is. I can't remember which one it is, but one of those two.
I think it's the tulips that typically come up like first. You just see those green sprouts coming up first, and then boom, like 5 days later, you got flowers.
Yep.
But yeah, nice. Anyway, not so nice stuff going on in the world, folks. Even last week, I was refreshing my, display a couple times during the show just to see if we'd bombed Iraq, in the last hour. Well, it finally happened, came up on Friday night, and it's kind of incredible when you think of all of the precursors we had to it. They issued a warning to anyone in Iran, maybe like Wednesday, that said, just get out. Don't look, don't pass go, just get out. Israel did the same thing. Well, America did the same thing for Israel, Americans in Israel, get out, it's coming. And, even if you really want to think about it, you can go back to Venezuela. Now that oil down there has been freed up just in time for what happened here when the state of Israel, with the backing of the United States, went in and bombed the living crap out of Tehran over the last couple days, starting Friday night. Well, Saturday morning, our Friday night, I think. So yeah, their Saturday morning. Is that how it works? Anyway, it was daytime there. I want to say Saturday there during their daytime. So it was after, the markets and everything had closed here. And it was an opportunity for us to basically start this thing off. Ayatollah Khomeini, dead. 50 plus people in his cabinet, dead. All taken out with one strategic bombing. They had the goal, after all of this stuff, to meet together in a big cabinet meeting. All the top people in the same building. And they took them all out at once. So the entire head of the snake has been cut off. The people in the streets seem to be celebrating this, seem to be very, very happy with it. From Iran itself all the way to Los Angeles and several other cities in the United States, we've seen people out celebrating, waving the new Iranian flag, i.e. the old Iranian flag, with the lion on it instead of the Islamic symbols, the lion. I saw a report that one of the fastest growing churches in the world right now is this sort of underground Christian church in Iran. It's not a devout Islamic country by nature. The people there don't want to wear burqas and kippahs and all this stuff and be hidden. They don't want their women hidden. They have beautiful, long, dark hair. They like to see it. The women there want to go outside, and when the wind's blowing, they want to feel their hair in the wind and all that stuff you never, ever get to do when you live under a dictatorship, so to speak. So And and I'm particularly interested. I don't want to get too deep in this because I'm very, very interested, and I wanted to hear this, for a couple of days now. Is Doc? I know you're not into doing any sort of military, interference with other countries. Leave them alone. Let them figure it out, so to speak. But I heard one of the women there say it's not a war, it's not this, it's not that, it's a rescue operation. And they were very, very happy that it was happening. So I don't know. What do you think, Doc?
Well, I look, the Persians I know are happy. That's fine. I mean, it is their country. But the reality is the people who are anti-intervention, like myself, were told by this administration that this wasn't going to be a thing that we were going to do anymore, and that has consequences come election time. And that's I'm a strategic person when it comes down to it. Like, my personal preference is almost unimportant to the strategy that I would like to see our country follow. I know presidents are going to do things. We live in an empire. I can't change that overnight. But the reason that Trump was able to get elected in 2024 or 2025 was because he promised a certain segment of the population that he wasn't going to do this kind of thing anymore. And those people will not vote for Republicans in midterms now. And so it's politically strategic. Like, I understand strategically how it works for the empire. It's actually a pretty smart move to cut Iran and Venezuela off from China. It does bind Russia and China tighter together, but strategically, I understand all of the geopolitical ideas behind it. But it was at what political cost at home? Does this mean we now have the chance of losing the midterms, both houses, and possibly the election in 2028? Seems like a good possibility. That's my concern.
So your concern is it's not that they're going to start going and voting for Democrats, because that would, and, be the opposite of what they're hoping for, but that they'll just stay home. They just don't. They're not going to care.
Yeah, we had to talk these people into coming out to vote in the first place. These are low propensity voters who don't really vote to begin with. I myself hadn't voted for 13 years before Trump got railroaded in 2020, and I saw what was coming down the pipeline, and I was like, well, I better add one more number to the chart, and I registered and got back in the game. Now I'm more strategic than most of these people. Most of these people are very emotional voters, and they feel betrayed, unfortunately. And that's going to be something that we're going to have to deal with in about 8 months.
And I feel for what they're saying, I get it, but I guess I would retaliate and counter the argument by saying that what Iran had been doing over the last so many years, 30, 40 years, was creating a lot of conflicts in a lot of places. October 7th, Hamas would have never been built up to the way they were without Iran's direct support and help. They paid for, that whole thing. They made sure that war happened. This, 2+ year long war now between Israel and Hamas. Hezbollah. Look at the Houthis in Yemen. And the fact that the Straits of Hormuz have been shut down to so much commercial traffic over the last so many years, that was a direct result of Iran making that happen, making it harder on Western countries to, get ships through there. If you look even into Africa and some of the stuff we've reported on over the last month or so down there with in Nigeria and the Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, and many other countries there, where there are people being slaughtered out in the fields by Islamic radical groups. The Houthis, is it? No, it's the, I forget off the top of my head, but they're down there doing it. And again, they're getting a lot of their funding from Iran. So much of the crises in the world, much of the wars, much of the tensions out there were being directly funded and supported by Iran. And if they're no longer able to do that, and now they're in a position where they can't, the entire world will be a much more peaceful place, by far.
I mean,
and secondly, I would
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, secondly, I would say, let's go the most conservative numbers on the number of people that they slaughtered in their own country over the last month, during the month of January. And it's probably in the, it's conservatively 30,000 people. I've seen numbers up to 100,000. Let's just go 30,000 people that they killed, protesters. How many more thousands in jail there for protesting, for asking for their freedom, for going out in the streets and saying, enough, we want our country back. We want to be free people in a free world, in a modern 2026 universe, And they're finally going to get that chance. And if all it took was a few days of bombing, if we washed our hands and walked out right now and said, people of Iran, it's up to you. We led the doorway. Here it is. Take it. And they were able to make that happen from here. And we just walked out of it tomorrow. I would say most people would look back on this and say, wow, yeah, there were 3 tragic American casualties so far, but they liberated a country, took out its leadership, and gave the country, of Iran a chance to become a, democratic republic again and live in the modern world. Then I think most people would look at that and say, wow, you know what, that was an astounding success. And it was the best form intervention we could have ever imagined. It took us, a few days to accomplish that. But realistically, it probably, as Trump has said earlier today, could take up to 4 weeks. So what are those numbers going to look like after 4 weeks? And will people still have that patience with it, I guess, right?
Yeah, no, I think, do you remember when Ben Shapiro was doing his campus tours, and he would often say the phrase, facts don't care about your feelings?
Yeah.
One of the things that Ben and a lot of the people on the right wing that support these military strikes don't seem to understand is that the people that work on feelings don't care about your facts. They don't care about any of this stuff. The people I'm talking about, I'm a little bit different. Again, I'm more of a strategic person than most of these people. Most of these people are anti-war at all. They don't care. Mm-hmm. They don't care that it's going to make the world, if it does make the world a safer place. That's a big if in their book. A lot of the more academically intellectual ones would point to how we set up the Middle East. Well, the UK set up the Middle East to be the way it is, to constantly be at war. They would also talk about how we overthrew Iran's, government twice before, and that's how they ended up with this government. But the reality is most of the people that I'm talking about just don't care about any of that stuff. They don't want American money and focus on foreign countries. They want it at home. And that's the big sticking point for them. It could be anybody. They don't care. They want America taken care of, and they don't see that being done by either party.
Mm-hmm. Hey, wait, Blue, would you stop that? Sorry, my dog is trying to knock stuff off the table.
He's frustrated as well.
Well, yeah, she's but yeah, I hear you. It is what it is. I mean, we are in the world that we're in, and we are bombing them right now, pretty much to oblivion. We've taken out 9 of their ships. One of the promises kept, is that they won't have a navy after this, and they're probably not going to have much of an air force as well. So we're already moving through the northwestern part of the country and systematically taking out all air defenses, everything, and went in, took out all their much of their forward-facing offensive capabilities as far as missiles are concerned. Otherwise, there would be much more going on. But that's the first phase. Boom, completed. Now the next one is to kind of go through the areas near Tehran, further in to the central part of the country, and do the same sort of I don't want to call it a cleansing, but a I don't know, operation removal, of any of their offensive or even defensive weapons at that point. One of the things I guess that's worth talking about here when I say, their offensive capabilities, they have been really going hog wild as far as their response to this. I don't get the response whatsoever. It makes no sense to me. They're bombing Abu Dhabi, Dubai, both in the UAE, right? Yeah. They're bombing Saudi Arabia. They're dropping bombs on Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, all these different places that have nothing to do with this. They're just literally third-party bystanders who just live in a crazy neighborhood.
They all house our bases.
Yeah, but a lot of these
That's why they're being attacked.
But not necessarily are they attacking the bases, though.
No, they're attacking critical infrastructure for those countries' monetary functioning to get them to put pressure on the United States to come to the table.
Yeah, did you see the Abu Dhabi? I'm sorry, in Dubai, the that big hotel out on the point that looks like a sail.
Yep.
It was on fire.
Yep.
Yep. There was another bomb that dropped right at the base of the the tallest building in the world there, the Khalifa.
Yeah, the tower, yeah.
And it missed it by apparently, feet or yards, and came down on the ground right next to it. If they'd have hit that thing and knocked it over, could you imagine?
Yeah, well, I mean that's why they're doing it, though. I mean, they're trying to, because they understand that they can't actually hurt the United States and I mean, they can shoot down some planes and do some things like that, but their best bet is to make this confrontation so distasteful for the populations surrounding them that those populations turn on their government. Because, like, for example, Bahrain, the majority of their population is Sunni, even though the leadership is Shia. And so they have more of a, they're more in line, the population is more in line with Iran than they are with their own leader. So if you make that country's population super angry at their leadership, who knows what happens in Bahrain, for example. And that's just one example. So that seems to be their strategy, is to activate the Sunnis population in these other countries to come to their aid.
So now this is from Brett Baer. The Gulf Cooperation Council of Arab States, GCC, signals that they may start aggressive operations in response to Iranian attacks on member states. A signal Saudi Arabia, UAE, and others are prepared to take offensive military action against Iran to defend their security. They will take necessary measures to defend the security and stability and protect their territory, citizens, residents, including the option of responding to the aggression with aggression. So it's kind of backfiring on them, and it's doing what we as Americans, who don't want to see us doing this, is exactly what we want to see. That they just step up and say, hey, man, you're bombing all of us. Guess what, man? America, Israel, step back. We got it from here, And then they go in and do what needs to be done from the comfort of the bordering countries there, instead of going halfway around the world to do it.
Yeah, I mean, but that's I mean, yeah, the governments are doing that, but the population of Sunnis that live in those countries are causing problems in those countries. And so there's going to be a lot of chaos if those countries get involved, which I fully suspect that's something that's been calculated on both sides. I mean, I don't think Iran's doing this because it's the smartest play. I think it's their only play. That's why I think they're doing it.
Interesting. Okay. Because I'd been wondering, I just thought they were kind of like retarded.
I just think their only real chance to do any damage is to activate these other Sunnis in these other Arab countries that are against them. And cause chaos globally. That's their only real thing that they can do to even try to touch the United States in this conflict. They really have no military ability to reach out and touch America in any way.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, in sort of like a video game or a board game scenario, like what, the game of Risk, you know what I mean? You've got like America coming down on a, third tier country. And what do? They just bomb every one of their neighbors. It's like, I don't know. Why not lob some over the Himalayas and shoot at China too? Like, why not? Right?
Well, I mean, China's supplying them with weapons. That's why.
Well, why not?
But no, it really it's again, it's a game theory kind of thing. If I can make this as uncomfortable for my neighbors who are participating as possible, perhaps that will make it uncomfortable for the United States. It's a long shot, of course, but it's not completely without merit, considering the situation that they're in, especially being that they're attacking commercial and oil refineries, the downtown, like where all the rich people are in Dubai, blowing up their own oil ships so the U.S. can't take them in the canal there in Hormuz, causing the insurance rates to go up. These are just the things that they can actually accomplish, and so I think that's really what they're doing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Saudi Arabia has summoned the Iranian ambassador a day after the kingdom accused Tehran of targeting its territory with strikes, according to the Times of Israel. Quote, Foreign Ministry summons the Iranian ambassador to the kingdom in response to Iran's brazen attacks that targeted the kingdom and a number of brotherly countries, end quote, the ministry says in its statement on X account. So, yeah, Saudi Arabia's getting in there saying, dude, come on over here, let's sit down. What are you doing?
Yeah. I hopefully they get it. Like I said, I'm like we're at the point we're at right now. All we can hope for is a quick end, right? Get them in there. Maybe this strategy will fail miserably. The other Arab countries putting pressure on them militarily will cause them to be like, all right, we're done. We're coming to the table. Let's talk this out, and it'll be over in 4 weeks. That's the best we can hope for, right?
It is. It really is. I don't see Trump wanting to be there. Like you said, the election's coming in 9 months, right?
Right.
Well, is it 9 months? It's
8 months
something like
now,
that.
I think. Yeah.
So yeah, let's say this takes one. That gets it down to 6-7 months before the election. This thing is done in the history books. If that can be accomplished, I would look at it as a huge success. If the fatalities on the American side were, in the range of something at near or even hopefully well below 100 people, I would look at that and say that was it was how war should have been done back in Iran, Iraq, the last time around. It should have been done in Afghanistan that way. It should have been done where you go in, you fix the problem, you hand it back to the people, and you get out. You put up a fair election. One person per ballot. You got to put your finger in the ink, fingerprint on the ballot. The whole 9 yards. Counted by hand. All that fair stuff. You get a democratically elected republic in place there, and you can walk away, and hopefully it all works out. That would be the most insanely brilliant way to handle some of these really, really nasty situations that would otherwise require a 15-year war. If it can be shown that it's possible to do it in a month and not cost trillions of dollars or even billions of dollars, man, I don't know. It's a brand new paradigm at that point. I guess.
Well, it's actually trying to win a war instead of make money.
Oh yeah, God.
That's the difference, right?
During a $6 trillion war.
No, that's. I mean, look, it would be a amazing military and political victory, like as far as the greatness of the empire of the United States goes. I just hope it if it does work that well, that he spends the next 6 months doing nothing but going around the entire country, explaining to people why it had to be done in detail, in person himself, and not spend the next, because if he doesn't, I think he can get the midterms back. He won't get these anti-war people back, but he's got to have to spend the next 6 months dedicated to going every state and talking to the people himself. He's going to have to.
Yeah. It's he is on the ballot. You know, they say when he's not on the ballot, they don't do well.
Right.
But he really is on the ballot. It's the next 2 years of his, administration, either A, being able to get things done, or B, in total gridlock, where he's fighting off impeachment inquiries on a weekly basis, I mean, they will impeach him. They'll have multiple, like 6-7 different impeachment, proceedings going in the Senate at once.
Oh, yeah, and they'll be going after people in the administration as well. There's a couple, they already have a list of people they're going to target.
Oh, and I mean, they came out in the last week or so on several occasions and said, you're going down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I played, Susan Rice last week?
Yes.
With her clip about, hey, if you followed Donald Trump, we're going to take you down. Senator Gallego wrote, once we take power, whoever the president is, we're going to break up your companies.
Yeah.
Democrat, Arizona, Gallego. So all the investment you did to create these mergers are going to be naught. Your investors are going to be pissed at you, and you're likely going to end up getting fired as a CEO because you wasted so much money and corrupted yourself in the process. Nicholas Wu. Top Democrats are weighing in how harshly they would go after corporations that have courted President Donald Trump's approval if they retake the House in November. It's kind of unhinged stuff here, man. They're straight up saying it out loud. We're going to go after you.
Yeah, they're going to use they will use going after them for corruption, quote unquote, as an excuse to attack the American capitalist system and to bring about their nice communist regime that they would like. I mean, I want to be honest with people. The people that we're fighting against are communists. The few Democrats that aren't communists all have come over to the non-dark side. The people that are in the Democratic Party right now and taking over at the lower levels are all Democratic Socialists of America, communists or socialist sympathizers, and they want to instill European-style socialism in the United States.
Yeah, and when someone says, well, socialism is just, you have roads, right? Or, what about Social Security? That's socialism. Well, it isn't really, I mean, it is a little bit, but it's not the full boat. It's not the full Monty. Socialism is when the government owns the means of production. Okay? That means Ford, GM, Chrysler, all owned by the government. All competing, well, they're not really competing anymore, are they? They start streamlining and say, well, why don't we just have Ford do all the production? And we can have Tesla make all the engines or whatever. It's a way of having the government get involved in absolutely everything. If you like the way the DMV is run, wait till the government runs everything. That's socialism.
And your taxes will be so high that you won't be able to afford to actually save up any money or gain anything from the system that you are allowed to earn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In America, the bread is at the supermarket waiting for you. In Russia, you wait for the bread.
Well, not so much in Russia anymore. It's more Europe these days. But point made.
Yeah. In Russia, you wait for bread. But it's when the government owns the means of production, it's like having the DMV run a major corporate, 500, S&P 500 company. It's like having them run every single S&P 500 company.
Well, it eliminates the profit motive, and so there's no reason for them to do a good job.
Exactly. You just sit there and, instead of like inventing really cool stuff, because it all gets turned down anyways, you can sit there and go the extra mile and hope of, getting huge recognition within a major company like Ford or whatever. And, having a lake and a president title because you just really made a giant breakthrough and made the company millions, you get nothing. you invent something and they don't even care because it's just going to, screw up everything. They look at your great new invention, the intermittent windshield wiper, and they say, you know how many departments I'd have to go through to get that to happen? But it's intermittent windshield wiper, man. It's the greatest thing ever. Yeah, no, there's no way we can get that into our system. There's no way.
Or they take it like China does and mass manufacture it throughout the company without giving you a dime, and then sell it to foreign countries so they can profit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, China, it's interesting. They just don't have the concept of intellectual property rights.
None at all.
It's just not a thing in their country. It's in their culture. They understand it. If you show them something cool and they say, wow, that's cool, they'll go and use it because they just don't understand that they might owe you a royalty. It's not part of their culture.
No,
I don't know how to put it anymore.
And that's how they keep pace with America's technological innovation. Is they copy everything that America does and then they expand on it. It's like with the AI, with the way that they did the AI models, they copied a bunch of things that other AI companies rejected and then made it open source and let the people build it. And as the people built it out, it made it more effective than what America was doing. But without them letting everyone else in the world use it for free, they would have never had it. They wouldn't have invented it themselves. So they had to let the world invent it for them.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, sure, they can, they've invented plenty of things over there, but a lot of what they're doing over there is just copy paste.
Well,
they do a good job of it.
That's the current cultural thing. That's the previous history of China was very inventive. The current cultural model has quashed that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild, man. It's the world is so like 3-dimensional. You know what I mean? It's so deep, and that there's other cultures out there that we don't understand one iota of. The Middle East is a perfect example. You can't put yourself in the head of someone from over there. It's just a different universe. The way that they look at things through the cultural, religious, Sharia, all that type of a spectrum is just something that it's hard to put your head around. And you add that there are so many other cultures out there that are the same way, that have beliefs and thoughts and ways of looking at things. I mean, India, it's like another universe, man. If you woke up there tomorrow, you'd think, I don't know what you'd think. You wouldn't know what happened to the world, post-apocalyptic or something,
It's true.
Yeah, but it's a wild world. Let's see. You were talking about the AI situation, and so, gosh, I thought I pulled up the right article. That wasn't the right article. Okay, Donald Trump directs every federal agency to cease and desist the use of Anthropic after AI company refused to comply with Pentagon demands. This is an interesting story. I'm sure you know a whole lot more about it than I do, but I'll just give everybody the quick, background on this. Anthropic was doing a lot of the internal systems for the government using their AI models, and they were concerned about how it could be used in military fights, and if it could ever be turned on completely to allow AI to make the choice to pull the trigger or not. And they were also concerned about its ability to be turned on the American population as a spying tool. And the Department of War basically went ballistic, said, no way, you can't have any provisions on this whatsoever, either take it or leave it. And they said, well, we want to leave it then, I guess. So now, boom, Trump says, done, you're cut off. There'll be a few months that they'll have to work with them to get out of the system. But now it's going to, which one is it now? OpenAI?
I believe Grok and OpenAI are both going for different parts of it. So I'm not sure which one took this side of it. I can't remember, but I know both Grok and OpenAI are going in and saying you can do whatever you want with ours.
Mm-hmm. You can do whatever you want with ours. Now, let's see. Sean Parnell quoted out The Department of War has no interest in using AI to conduct mass surveillance of Americans, which is illegal, nor do we want to use AI to develop autonomous weapons that operate without human involvement. This narrative is fake and being peddled by leftists in the media. Donald Trump said, the United States of America will never allow a radical left woke company to dictate how our great military fights and wins wars. That decision belongs to our commander-in-chief and the tremendous leaders. So it's an interesting, case study, though, of them sort of pushing back against the government. And now Google, I guess, inside their AI department is starting to pre-place certain firewalls that would never allow those sorts of things to happen. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I don't know. I thought you'd have a lot to say on this.
Well, I mean, I do think it is a walk that we have to do delicately. I mean, AI is coming for all levels of human society, government, technology, all the way down to how you get your house taken care of. I mean, it's coming for everything. It's going to infiltrate everything. There's nothing you can do to stop that. But what do we do about protecting privacy, protecting the system, still having a human in the system to protect human things? Yeah. These are serious philosophical questions that we haven't stopped to really answer before we dive headfirst into a lot of this. And so I, on one hand, praise Anthropic for being like, listen, we're not comfortable with how you want to do this and pulling out. But the reality is there were 3 other companies in line being like, yeah, we'll do it. So what did it really matter? You know what I mean? So I think we have to be concerned about privacy, the government, and AI. I think we do. That's been shown pretty extensively already that AI can crack a lot of privacy, but also can expose a lot of things that you don't want it to expose. And so we're going to have to be very careful about this at a government level, because the possibility of Skynet happening is pretty real at this point.
Yeah, and then RoboCop is, I guess, the really good example, sort of the autonomy of some sort of a robot that could go and kill people at whim.
Well, but in RoboCop's case, he was a human machine hybrid. He was there was still a human component there. Giving it over totally to AI with no human interaction, that's going to have profound effects on society, and it who knows what it could lead to. But I did hear that they used some AI targeting in this bombing in Iran. So I mean, it's already being used. I don't think they're going to stop it at this point.
And our privacy stuff went away when Google gave everybody free email. You know what I mean?
Well, but it shouldn't have. That's
already gone. That ship has sailed, as far as I'm concerned. AI turning its technologies back on the that's just inevitable. Somebody's going to do it, right?
There are ways to actually preserve privacy, but nobody's actually tried to make sure that the Fourth Amendment is applied to technology. And that can be rectified. There are things that can be done. There are people who have been working on privacy preserving technology that is in line with all of these use cases for a very long time. It's just that the government doesn't really want to give up that power.
Yeah,
they don't want
we respect privacy. The laws and all, that's great, but isn't there just going to be some guy in China running an AI system over there that's just going to go through America like was that scene in Batman where every phone was connected? The Dark Knight, was it?
Well,
every phone, every camera,
if your phone can be hacked, I mean that absolutely. That's a device issue. But when what we're talking about is preserving your privacy when you interact with the system. So let's say, for example, you have a cell phone company that you use. It shouldn't be, if you have a phone system. It shouldn't be that a company can hack into your database and steal every single person's phone identity from your records. You should have security in place, and there's technology to do that. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, of course, they're still going to be able to do all the tracking and all that stuff, but securing your data that you are required to give up to the system should be protected. Yeah.
Anyway, folks, we're about out of time for the first segment of the show, but don't worry, we've got 2 hours tonight of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, and we're just getting started. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more after these messages.
All right, we're on radio break.
All right. How you doing there, Doc?
Doing all right. I took a gummy before the show. It kicked in, so my headaches have gone away. I'm pretty good now.
Good.
I started doing weights again, and it's making my neck act up. And whenever I get the tightness in my neck, it gives me a migraine.
Yeah.
So I have to take a CBD to get it to relax and not be all tight and give me a headache anymore.
Naperson works good for me, though.
Dude, about a week ago, I woke up with a kink in my right shoulder that was just agony for like a day and a half. It just hurt so bad. I don't know what happened. It just went away, and life is good.
Yeah, it's wild as you get older. Like, you could just sleep wrong and screw yourself up for a couple days.
Yeah, and not radically wrong. I didn't wake up like in a pretzel on the floor in the bathroom or something. It's just...
No, just had your head off the pillow that night instead of on the pillow or something weird. Like, oh man.
Yeah, regular visits to the chiropractor really help out a lot too, though.
Yeah. I used to go quite a bit. I learned actually how to do some adjustments myself, so I can, because I have this one issue that I have to take care of all the time, my sciatic. I learned how to take care of that myself, so I don't have to go every week to get it done.
I go about every other week, mostly for my neck, probably because I spend too much time in front of this damn monitor.
Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it.
That's probably in the way I sleep. The other thing too is, starting this week, I'm gonna start taking those shots to lose some weight. Not sure how that's gonna work out. It's the chiropractor's offering them, and they're mostly vitamin based, so that should be good. I'll let you keep you guys posted on how that works out. So, I didn't want to get the one from the VA because, hey, I don't know what they're gonna, what mRNA crap they're gonna put in it.
Yeah, the government. I mean,
it's government. This
watch out for those guys.
Yeah, my chiropractor is a little bit better about stuff like that than the government.
Yeah.
I would say a lot because they're real naturalists over there.
Well, I would take the free market medicine over government medicine any day of the week.
Yeah, but with where I'm at and what I have, all my stuff, I don't have much of a choice.
Right. Yeah, that's the case with most Americans these days.
Yeah. It's believe it or not, the VA is kind of an HMO type system,
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, well, that's government health for you. We're under 30 seconds, by the way, and we'll be back on air shortly.
Okay. All right, so let's see what we got here. This is a short 10-minute segment where I usually like to actually have some fun stories. So let me see what fun stories I have up here. I don't even know if I have one.
All right, here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1, and you're live right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for March 1st, 2026. 2026.
Yes, there you got it. Got it.
Nailed it. The 250th anniversary of the United States of America, folks. It is year 250. This 4th of July is going to be huge. Huge, I said. Make your reservations now. Go out and set up that perfect campsite. Go get that perfect hotel room you want to stay at in that wherever it's going to be in that vacation town you've got in mind that you love so much. Get it dialed in now while you can. It's all going to be booked up. The 4th of July is going to be cooked, folks. It's going to be huge. And I can't wait. Doc, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I actually am this year. Not normally a 4th of July guy. I'm usually it's not my big holiday. It's usually too hot for me, and I'm like, I don't want to be outside. But this year, I am excited. The fireworks should be quite exciting.
Oh yeah, and they've got these drones now. Have you seen any of the fireworks mixed with the drones before?
Oh yeah, that stuff's wild. That's it. The artwork is pretty extreme. I saw a couple with the Chinese. There's a company out here on the West Coast. I can't remember, Chinese something or other. Anyway, they do a fireworks show, and they did drones this last summer, and it was pretty interesting. They do it for all kinds of their different holidays because 4th of July they're like fireworks are for every holiday in the Chinese culture. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's incredible what they can do with the drones. It's really just turns it into the next level event, and the precision and everything where they just make these formations, and it's so organic looking. It's like a swarm of birds almost at some point. It just looks real, like a part of nature, but it's all colored. I don't know. Can't wait. But enough said with that. Let's talk about, I always like to bring up some fun stories. So, CNN is crashing out right now with Paramount winning the bid to take over parent company Warner Brothers. So, Paramount wins bid to take over Warner Brothers, which means that CNN is going to be divested. They are buying all these assets, and they just don't want CNN and some of these other, cable news networks that are out there that are not making money. They're a liability. It's not what they do. You know what I mean? It's Paramount, man. They make movies. They don't want to be in the news business. And so a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs here. It's kind of interesting.
I heard some jokes were being thrown CNN's way by folks over at CBS because apparently Paramount owns CBS. And so technically Barry Weiss would be in charge of CNN as they merged. There was some funny memes going back and forth over that. But yeah, it seems like with this merger, CNN might be done. They might just go away.
Yeah. Some quotes from inside, this is from Jack Posobiec. We're doomed, one CNN staffer said. We're blanked, said another. The panic at CNN right now is off the charts, one insider said per report. They might just not exist anymore. And I couldn't see it happen to a better group of people,
Yeah, no more deserving, really, than CNN. I mean, except for maybe MS Now, but they kind of got the axe already themselves. So, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But the old media is dying. We've known this for a while. The square box on the wall is no longer where people get their news.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's ancient history, really. It's a relic of a lost day. And that's the thing. Not only that, but they're just spewing garbage. Yeah. If you really sit there in front of CNN and you think you're getting news, you almost have a class action lawsuit that you could put together and be like, you guys lied about this, you lied about that, you lied about everything. You're Democratic Party propaganda. And so it's good to see it go, I mean, at the end of the day, it's business. You got to make
it was
money.
supposed to be. It was supposed to be a business. Turned out to be a propaganda machine, which is why they ended up in this where they're at, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of wild, you know. They got into this deal where if you bought cable, you had to pay CNN. It was just, you know, all these packages, you know. They booked all these channels together and said, if you're going to get cable, you're going to get 80 channels. Here they are. And once you made it on that list of those 80 channels, you sort of had the right to live forever. Nothing could take you down at that point. You could do whatever you wanted because the money came in like clockwork. You know, People pay their cable bill, or at least they did.
Yep.
But we've talked about, you know, cutting the cord for years, for I don't know, 10 years now, 15 years.
Yeah, from what I understand, the demographics of the people who watch cable news is basically 59 and up. There's no one under that actually watches cable news. I mean, small percentages, like 1, 2, 3% of their viewership, but the rest of their viewership is aging out, and no one's replacing them. And so they're on their way out. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the online space as they disappear. You're going to see the companies behind these. They're going to infiltrate the influencer podcast space if they haven't already.
Yeah. And they do it on, you know, a fraction of the budget. Look at, say, Tim Pool versus CNN. I mean, Tim Pool gets more viewers per show than CNN does, and he does it with, you know, he's got a $1 million home, to be fair. So he's got to pay the mortgage on that. He's got people he's flying in. So he's got to pay for, you know, for each show he does, he's got to pay for a couple plane tickets and maybe some hotel rooms and some cabs or Ubers. But other than that, I mean, there you go. Electric bill, the food bill, you know, power bill.
Yeah, gives them a lot of money extra to invest in cultural endeavors, which is, I mean, that's the one thing that is really interesting about the decentralization of the media. All of these groups now have the ability to build out their own cultural edifices, things that they can use to influence the future generations into the right kind of political head frame instead of being propagandized by these centralized authorities.
Yeah. I mean, even our radio show, we're getting each show done for, I don't know, a 2-hour show like this costs us far less than, say, $10,000 to produce.
Yeah.
And by far less, I mean probably $10,000 less to produce.
Yeah.
Other than Willie's $4.66, there's not a whole lot of expense that goes into putting our shows together.
Not much at all.
So it's a interesting dynamic. Like you say, the podcasts are everywhere. I mean, people get fired from CNN. Don Lemon, boom, he's got a podcast going the next day. And speaking of Don Lemon, in the last couple of minutes, 30 people were arrested in connection to his little stunt he did at that church. You know, we talked about it at the time, and you know, it was kind of a consensus that hey, he might have screwed up if he put it together and was organizing it, which it looks like he was. To, you know, hey, it's you know, freedom of the press as well, right? Freedom of the press should, you know, take precedent in a situation like this. A lot of times, that was, of course, your thought on it, Doc. But yeah, now they wrapped up 30 more people. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think they've pretty much proven without a doubt that he was actually involved in the planning and helped them organize this. So that immediately gets rid of his First Amendment protections. He is now actually a protester violating the rights of others. And so he's going to be found guilty. Unfortunately, I think this is for him anyway. It's unfortunate. For us, it's a good laugh because, well, it's Don Lemon.
Yeah, one of the few times I ever swore on the show, I was actually just reading a quote from him, and it just slipped out. I was like, "Oh, whoa! I shouldn't have said that." Right. But he also is getting sued now from one of the parishioners at that church for the emotional damage it did to her. And, you know, there were kids crying in the background, screaming. they made a big stink out of it. They went in there and disrupted the place.
Yeah.
At church on a Sunday.
I heard they did some they segregated people. There was a lot more to it than was made really public. And so I think that's why they're going to get taken up pretty hard.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch those trials come out.
Well,
again, it's like the OJ trial. You've got the crime and then you've got the civil stuff. OJ got off on the crime, but was pegged down with the civil stuff.
Yeah.
And I think Don Lemon here, it might be a similar story, but I think they got him on the crime stuff, and the civil stuff will be a slam dunk. So anyway, folks, this is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. We've got to go to commercial break. And when we come back, we have one more hour, and we will bring on our good friend Willie. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this message.
All right, we're on radio break, and we got about a couple more minutes before this room needs to close out.
Do you live in the Dominion of Canada?
Yep. Not this time.
I will be.
That'll be the next
I'm going to go ahead and log out. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Good show tonight. Good show. I haven't heard from Willie, so I don't know. I mean, I tagged him, and all that, but,
Yeah, who knows? You say that every week.
Yeah, I do. But, kind of like Barry, too. I'm like, hey, is Barry coming? Is he going to ask me for a link? He comes in right away now. I'm like, good to go. Yeah, hey, it's Barry, awesome. All psyched up, and boy, is here lately. I don't know, the last couple weeks, man.
Up stuff about Barry. You guys are
I am
so busy
telling
with
you,
your AI music,
Barry.
You just have to make up stuff about Barry.
I'm not making anything up about Barry. I like Barry. I like it when he gets fired up, except when he takes it right into our break. All right, that kind of frazzles me. But other than that, I won't say, who gets him there, though. There might be some topics that you talk about,
What was it a couple weeks ago, too? He brought up the whole beef jerky thing with 30 seconds before the break. I was like, oh, dude, come on. You can't do that with 30 seconds left, folks.
No, don't. And I put my head down and my hand on my head. I'm like, oh, no. It's like, here we go. I'm like,
you got to bring that up with at least 10 minutes to go before the
15 in case he finds something new in there. I'm just gonna say, at least it wasn't chemtrails this time. All right, the skies have been clear for him. I'm like, okay, nothing going on in the supermarket. All right, good to go, Barry. Oh, you got something new. Let's hear about it, but not 2 or 3 seconds before the break.
Should we switch rooms here?
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, we gotta.
Let's go ahead.
Well, I can go till 58, and tonight, right?
If I do this right, you can.
Yeah, which means we'd wait another at least 15 seconds.
30 seconds on this. Oh, no.
Okay, so let's just let this room die, and then we'll start a new
we'll
one.
let this room die, and then I'll restart it back up. All right?
Sounds good.
Because it'll let us... It's been giving me a little bit of buffer here lately, but, because I said that, it probably won't.
Yeah, on Wednesday, we went well over an hour on one of the rooms. So
yeah, I mean, what can I say,
I wonder if they lifted that, if they changed that.
No, because I got cut off on Nancy's show.
And I wish they had a ready timer somewhere on here you could actually see.
I have one on my end. Up on the top corner it says 59, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 7, 8, 9, and... Okay, I think we're close enough that it's going to take me, at least 30 seconds or so to get this going anyways and us back up. All right, folks, stick around. Hour 2's coming up, and we'll have Willie the Worm Farmer on. All right. Let me dismiss that and get us back up rolling. John. Hey. Hey.
Yep.
Look who I see showing up in green. Yeah. I know Doc's out and about. When he comes in, switch. Oh, there he is. Okay, I got him. Hey, Willie, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he is. That's funny. I saw him pop up on your screen, on your monitor. And there he is. No, he's on mine.
Yeah. There we
That
go.
no good. Stealing no good. Willie Lee. He ain't coming in here tonight, is he now? Because I know him. He ain't no good.
I know that guy.
He ain't no good. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe
You
any
knowed if he knowed, if
is a
he
good guy.
was, if he could be, and that's how he is,
Yeah, hey, I ain't listening. Y'all go ahead and keep on talking.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time, Willie. But anyways.
Lord have mercy. Look at him.
I done lived
Look at
here
him
like
now,
a
look
good
at him
man
now.
5 years ago.
I need some money, Doc 69.
Well, that makes two of us.
I got goings on, man, but I got ideas too. Come on.
Hey, I
Yeah,
lost. I was long on shipping futures, and the Strait
Oh,
of
good for
Hormuz
you.
is shut down. So now I'm not. It's not so good. I'm down big, guys.
Wouldn't that
Down
be
big.
really good?
I don't know. I have no
Aren't
idea.
shipping costs going through the roof?
I haven't done my Goyam homework yet and learned how to short the shipping
How to
lanes
sell?
yet.
Yeah,
I was
think,
making an
the
Epstein
price
joke.
of shipping would go up in a war.
Yes, it actually did. It did.
So if you're long, you should be making money. If you're in the futures
be.
market, that means you're using leverage.
This is true. No, the Epstein. What is that? In the Epstein files, he was talking about how the Jew makes money is shorting shipping futures. It was one of the ones that stuck with me when I read through some of those. It made me laugh. I was like, I probably should learn how to do that at some point.
I was looking
Dude,
through them
man.
pictures, and I saw Willie in a hot tub with a girl, and she had a black thing over her face. It was blocked out. Not because she was underage, because she was ugly.
That's funny right there. Come on.
Hey, Willie, did I ever tell you I almost get kicked out of a tent when I was back in the service while I was stationed over in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, I got
No, hey, but I know what you did do, but go ahead.
Well, anyways, one of the locals, okay, there was working in the kitchen and that, helping out, and he goes, "Where are the Jews at?" And I'm like, I think they went back to Israel, and he got mad at me and goes, "No, orange, they're orange." I'm like, I didn't know they were orange. He goes, "No, orange and grape, the kind you put in for drinks." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I didn't hear you right. I'm sorry."
Hey, Mark. Hey, man, you need to stick to producing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But I didn't know if I told you that or not. You can't steal
You
that.
told me
one.
about your pixie.
Yeah,
Mark met a big,
man,
fairy or a pixie out in the woods in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, in the woods in Saudi Arabia, right? find some forests in Saudi Arabia, all right? You end up
Yeah,
in the
that's a-
desert, all right?
There might
Mark,
be
hey.
one on top of a hill somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 10:03, 10:04. Ain't you got a radio show to run, man?
Where?
I do, Willie, but it starts in about a minute. We'll be good.
Yeah, no. Hey, I know. No, hey, I know what Mark done, man. Hey, y'all seen all that mess that's going on with the USS Gerald Ford? they got disgruntled crew members, man. They shoving T-shirts and mop heads in the toilets.
30 seconds, guys.
Hey, flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
That's all about flat Earth.
Are you ready for this?
Man.
Are you ready for this?
Man.
All right. Look out, cats, dogs, and kids. Here's your countdown. 5.
Is it time to pee?
4.
Right now.
3.
Because I
2.
could pee before we start.
1. And you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show Sunday Night Edition for March 1st, 2026. Doc, where can people find you online?
You can always find me over on the X platform, over on Rumble, and of course on my favorite platform, Minds.com, at Doctor with an E 420.
DOCTORE 420 online. Look him up, guys. You won't regret it. He puts out some great content. Always on the ball. And you do a podcast on Wednesdays. I know you've been doing that for years. You're still doing that, right?
Yep. Me and my co-host Joker, we do that every Wednesday. It's pre-recorded, not live, but feel free to watch it. I greatly appreciate it.
Yep. And I love promoting it because you don't post it right opposite our show.
I do it earlier in the day, so I don't go opposite
Exactly. Which is why I'm happy to promote it. So, folks, we are also on the radio every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So come right back to this radio station and listen to us then if you don't already. It's a great night because our producer, Mark, does 3 different 2-hour shows back to back to back. So it's like 5.5, 6 hours of radio content that you don't want to miss. But anyway, our next guest tonight was actually in the Epstein files. I saw several pictures of him in various, I don't want to say too compromising, but somewhat compromising photos with women who had their faces blocked out. You know, like Bill Clinton with the girl in the hot tub with their face blacked out. This is our next guest was in a hot tub next to I don't want to say girl, I'll say woman. I don't know. Could have been one or the other. Face blocked out, not necessarily because she was underage, but because she was ugly. Willie, how you doing?
Hey, man. Hey, it's true. I ain't gonna lie. I was ugly, man.
We used to use paper bags for that.
Yeah, no, man, hey, I was grinning like a bird-fed cat, man. I had my big old black cowboy hat on and my sunglasses with the store tag still on them. Hey, look at him. I was having a good time, man. Hey, but them old girls, man, you talking about ugly? Hey, they were uglier than 10 Aunt Mama Lou's 23 sisters. Hey, she got 23 sisters. Aunt Mama Lou does. She got 23 sisters. Hey, 10 of them about dog ugly, man. I scare dogs off of gut wagons, man. Hey, come on. Hey, for all y'all out there don't know, this here's Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldo, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in the Sandy Run, South Carolina, man. Hey, I sell worm hot dogs and pea jugs too. Hey, before we get started, I get to running off at the mouth, man. Hey, I need to say hello to you folks. Come on. Hey, Doc 69, Mark Wojciechowicz, and John Galt, man. Hey, how y'all doing tonight? Come on.
Doing well, sir.
Doing great here, Willie.
Yeah.
Doing good. Doing good.
Hey, I got goings on, man. I got stuff that's happening. Oh, man. Hey, it's been what you call a productive week, man. Hey, but there's stuff that's been going on in the news. Hey, look at here. Hey, the State of the Union. Hey, did y'all watch that State of the Union address?
Oh, man, that was this week, too, wasn't it? Gee.
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah, man. Hey, old Donald Trump, he got Ilhan Omar fired up.
Oh, yeah.
She was cussing him out. Hey, I seen one picture where she was flipping him off. Hey, now look at him. I know, I know that picture where she was flipping him off. It was a photo of, it was fake. It wasn't real, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's what she was thinking. She was thinking about cussing him for everything he was worth, man. He got her fired up. Donald Trump said all of them's crazy. He said crazy folks,
Well, he's
man.
not wrong. He's not wrong.
He ain't. Yeah, he ain't wrong.
He said, if you love Americans more than you love illegals, stand up and clap.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. No, they wasn't going to do it. No, he would. Hey, he could say, "Hey, if any of y'all out there likes donuts, stand up and clap." Hey, still wouldn't none of them stand up and clap. Look at him. Hey, no, hey, but he was talking. He had that Erica woman on there, man. Hey, she ain't nothing but a grifter. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, look at they people out there get mad at me. They say I don't be talking bad about Erica, man. Hey, but Erica, hey, she ain't nothing but a grifter. She making money off of this whole thing, man. She making money. Hey, and Donald Trump, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I like Donald Trump. Hey, but he making money too. Nancy Pelosi was there. Hey, she making money. Insider trading, man. Hey, every last one of them, they making money off of their offices. Hey, that whole thing, the State of the Union, hey, this ain't no lie. I studiorized it, man. Hey, they set the Guinness Book of World Records for the most grifters in one room. That's true. If you don't believe me, just ask me. I'll tell you. Look, I am the most.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, no,
none at all.
Hey, yeah. No, I looked at all the money that Donald Trump's been making since his presidency and everything. But hey, I was studying up on that stuff, and that's true about the USS Gerald Ford too, man. They got their toilets are exploding all over the place because the crew members. Hey, Mark Wojciechowicz, Woj that? I can't.
Yeah. What's up, Willie?
Hey, I ain't trying to insult you or nothing, man. Hey, but you were in the Navy.
No, I wasn't. I was in the Air Force.
Oh, man, I
was
you
never
in
the Navy.
Man.
Oh, no. That's Jack. Jack was in the Navy. Not me. I was in the Air Force.
I thought you was in the Navy, man. I was going to ask you some Navy questions. Hey, but that's what they done. They started sticking mop heads in T-shirts and everything to the sailors, man. Huh?
Why are they doing that? Why would they do that?
Hey, they're disgruntled, man. Hey, because they were supposed to already be home in that USS Gerald Ford. It extended its sea time, and they mad. They want to go home, and so they started sabotaging the whole ship. Hey, if you don't believe me, you can research it yourself, man.
I would think when you're on a ship like that and you start messing with stuff, man, the bridge, you just go straight to the bridge and you don't see daylight for a good long time. You know,
from what I heard
put
from
that
the
thing
Navy
down in the
guys
bottom,
I know,
underwater.
it's
you know?
pretty common actually. When they extend your tour, there's always some jerk on the boat that does something like that.
Yeah,
that's what I heard from the Navy guys.
I mean, you sign up for being part of a war machine to work on a battleship like that. Then, if there's a war, you might not go home right away. You know, you might not go home ever. Quite frankly, if there's a war, right?
But there's jerks and dinguses in every event at every time in human history. Being on a battleship doesn't change that.
Jerks and dinguses.
They're saying that ship has got problems with the vacuum system, and it's a failure because the pipes are too little or something or another, and they knew about the problems and they're trying to fix the problems. They got 650 plus toilets on the USS Gerald Ford that use a specialized, and I'm reading this off, man, because I ain't lying. They got a specialized vacuum system, and a single valve failure can shut down an entire zone. And it says the root cause, man, is got to do with the pipes, but it's also got to do with T-shirts and mop heads being flushed by the crew. Hey, but look at here.
I heard it was so bad. I heard it was so bad that they had to cancel Taco Tuesday.
Hey, that's funny. Hey, yeah. Hey, you need to be a comedian, man. Hey, look at here. I got the works going on, man. Hey, I'm gonna be on a radio show out of North Carolina, man. Hey, and I might just bring you along with me, man, because you funny. I'm telling you. Hey, but they got me. They want me to.
Have you read your contract?
Yeah, no, hey, I ain't.
Have you read your contract, Willie? Are you
No,
sure?
I hadn't read it yet, man. Hey, but we're moving on, man. Come on. Hey, you're cramping my style. I'm trying to get on with this whole thing, man.
Hey,
I got stuff.
New Orleans.
Hey,
Tell us about New Orleans, Willie.
Hey, I know I got stuff. I got stuff to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to get through it. Look how. Hey, but they got me advertising, man. Hey, they wanted me to advertise for this one drug, man. Hey, it's called Nodradol. And it keeps you from nodding off, man. And I told them that I would, under no circumstance, advertise for no drugs and no medications. I would not tell anybody that Nodradol is a fast-acting inhaler that prevents drowsiness, and it's recommended by 9 out of 10
Hey, Willie,
doctors.
look. Willie, no.
That sounds like
you can't
amphetamines.
run ads on the show. I told you 100 times.
Yeah, no, hey, that's what I'm telling you, man.
You can't use time to run ads for your own enrichment, Willie. Have you read your contract? You can't do it.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, that's what I wasn't going to do, man. I wasn't going to tell nobody how good that Nodradol fast-acting inhaler that prevents drowsiness works, man.
Willie, no. Cut it out.
Yeah, no, hey, I ain't. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it, man. Hey, but I got
zip it.
Yeah, no, but I got another idea, man.
Willie.
Hey, no.
Hey, what's your other idea?
Yeah, no, hey, my other idea, man. Hey, I come up with an idea for a quantum sync. Yeah, this is a quantum sync bioneutralizer, man, and this
This is another advertisement.
No, hey, this is aura buffing technology, man. Hey, it's a bioneutralizer, and you put it under your bed.
Hey, Willie, if
how
you
much
need
did you
money
get paid for this spot?
Ask Doc.
No, hey, it's called Griston. This thing right here, you put it under your bed, man, and it absorbs poverty frequencies, man. There are poverty frequencies, and it absorbs them. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, man.
Right now, Willie, it's all 1 star. Everyone says it doesn't work.
No, well, hey, it's still in the works, man. Hey, but I don't. Hey,
look at here. Never bought.
Yeah, no, hey, y'all remember.
Product doesn't work.
Yeah, it works, man. I'm telling you.
1 star.
Hey, no,
I'm reading the reviews on it right now, Willie.
No, hey, it ain't even on the market yet, man. It ain't on the market. It's I got all the advertising and everything. I'm printing up the paperwork for it and everything, and that's what I need. Doc 69. Hey, Doc 69 for $19.99, man. Hey, you can help me out if you send me $19.99. I can start and get this show on the road, and I can start printing out the pamphlets. And the pamphlets are going to say, "Stop living in 3D and start existing in 5D. The quantum sync bioneutralizer is proprietary."
I don't have $19.99.
What? Hey, I'm telling.
I sent my $19.90 check. I sent my check to Saul, and he was supposed to send it to you.
No, hey, you can't trust Saul Goodman. Saul Good is crooked as the day is long. I'm telling you. Hey, but y'all remember way back when I come up with the idea of going down to the crematory and getting parts, because the whenever they cremate somebody, if you've got like a pacemaker or a hip joint or any kind of nuts and bolts and gold teeth and stuff in you, man, hey, they take that stuff out of you before they put your body ashes in the urn, man. Hey, but but I come up with a deal with the people down there at the crematorium that instead of, and I used to sell that stuff for junk iron, man, but I found out that you can get more on the market for these products than if you sell them for junk iron, man, like pacemakers.
Are you selling used hip replacement parts to the Chinese?
No. Hey, I'm selling them at the flea
I'm just
market.
asking because they contacted me the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, is it the same guy?
Yeah, no, I'm selling these things down at the flea market, man. Hey, the cost of a new hip implant, just the pin, the screw for a hip implant is $3,000 to $10,000, man. I get them free from the cremation place, man. Hey, and I can sell them. I sell them for $500 to $1,000. I'm telling you, man. Hey, and that's something else.
So why did I need to send you $19.99 through Saul Goodman for that?
No, that was for the other idea. This here idea is another idea, and I'm gonna need some basic. I'm gonna need some basic funding for it too, man. Yep.
That sounds like a really good opportunity, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the ad now, like, heart, pacemaker for sale, slightly used, as is.
Gently used. You got to use gently.
Exactly, man. Hey, and it's a lot better than doing the advertisement for Nodradol, which is a fast-acting inhaler that prevents drowsiness. That is recommended by 9 out of 10 doctors. What?
Hey, no. Hey, 9 out of 10 doctors said it's the worst product they'd ever seen.
Exactly, man. See there, I agree with you. I refuse to advertise for them, man. I refuse to advertise for Nodradol, which is a fast-acting. They're advertising as a fast-acting inhaler that prevents.
You'll cash the check.
Yeah, no.
You'll cash that check, but you refuse to do it. But yeah, I see where you're working, Willie. No, the answer is no. You can't promote your junk science products on the radio show. We don't know if they're going to kill people or save them. We don't know anything about these products. You cannot push them on the show, period.
I 100% agree with you. 120% agree with you that we should not be promoting.
Stop.
But we should not be promoting Nodradol.
If you say it again, you're not getting your $3.50 for tonight's show, okay?
Well,
if you say the NOG word again, the NOG word, if you say it again, you ain't getting your $3.55 for tonight's show.
No, hey, you got to have ideas, man. Hey, there's this one guy, man. He come up with an idea. Hey, this is a true story, man. Hey, this was out today. I read it. There was a man who lived in a rent-free in a New York hotel. Hey, then he claimed to own it. He pled guilty to a fraud charge. Hey, what he done, man? Hey, this is what this fella done. Him and his boyfriend, they rented out this room. Hey, and under a particular law that they found out that if you rent a room, then you can also lease the room. So what he done is, this is a 1969 law. This guy, his name is Barreto, and him and his boyfriend paid $200 in 2018 to rent one of the more than 1,000 rooms at this hotel, man, in New York. And then what he done is he requested to lease it. And then the hotel said, no, we can't lease it to you, man. So he took them to court. But what happened is they didn't show up for court. So he won that room. The court gave him ownership of that room. Hey, then what he done is he forged the paperwork and made it look like not only did he have ownership of that room, he had ownership of the whole building. So,
I
will give him some props. That's impressive.
Yeah, hey,
I give him props until he tried to take over the whole building. I mean, for taking one room, man, you're hats off to you, right?
Hey, this is a true story, man. The guy's name is Barreto. Hey, now the building was owned by Unification of World Christianity, which was founded in South Korea by Sun Myung Moon. Hey, y'all remember that, man? Hey, I remember that guy, Sun Myung Moon. Hey, they owned this building, but the church did not respond to an emailed inquiry. So he started collecting rent from hotel tenants, man, saying that he owned the whole building, man. He demanded that the hotel's bank transfer its accounts to him. Hey, he was eventually evicted from the... Hey, I'm telling you, man, that's this whole thing. You got to have ideas, man. You got to have ideas.
Stuck with the one room, you'd have really made out like a bandit, right?
Yeah,
you own the one room.
Yeah, he did make like a bandit, man. Hey, I'm going to start my own group like this Unification of World Christianity, hey, out of South Korea. Hey, I am going to start the Church of Willie. The Church of Willie.
Right. I'm really glad you brought this up, Willie. The Church of Willie. It's a great subject to bring up when we have like 30 seconds left. So
yeah, man.
Go ahead. I'll let you talk about it for the next, say, gosh, I mean, we've got 30 seconds left. So the Church of Willie, you're bringing the first time ever on the show. This is so exciting. Yep. I cannot wait to hear what you're going to do with the church. You got 10 seconds. Go.
Hey, we're going to talk about flat Earth, man. Flat Earth in the next segment. Look at him. And we are not going to promote Nadradal, which is a fast-acting inhaler.
Folks, we're going to break it right in. Right back after this. Willie, you're not getting paid tonight. You're not
flat
getting
Earth,
paid.
man. Hey,
no, we're out. Willie, we're already on break. You're not getting paid. Okay, you're done. You're cut off.
Okay, I didn't know we were going to... I thought you guys... I was waiting for you to say, all right, now we're really going to break.
I know, I wanted you to... That worked out perfect, yeah.
It worked out good. I held it over exactly what I wanted. I held it over for like 10 seconds. But it was funny.
No,
man, you're a riot.
It worked out perfect.
You are a riot tonight, Willie. You really are.
I didn't even get around to the part where Aunt Mama Lou is a grifter, too.
Oh, you wait till she comes back here. She's going to tan your hide, young man.
Oh, yeah. She already knocked him and Hansel out before. What will she do to him this time?
Well,
Donald Trump
when's the last time Willie got hit on the head with the frying pan?
The remote control frying pan.
Bonk.
Yeah, Donald Trump has made $3 billion in his presidency just this year alone.
No, Willie. I was told convincingly by Cenk Uygur that he was a loser and he was broke.
Yeah, he definitely ain't broke, man. Hey, I've been looking into it, man. His cryptocurrency and business ventures and all his dealings with all these Arabic, Middle Eastern countries and Vietnam. Man, he's building golf courses left and right and resorts left and right. Hey, this whole thing with the Board of Peace. That's all he wants to do is build resorts in Gaza.
Well, I mean, if Gaza turns into a world-class vacation place, then so be it, you know?
Anyway, that's another night of Willie. Around here, we call it Willie Day.
Go there, but well, you're insane.
Around here, we call it Willie Day. I was like, here's Sunday again. I can't believe it's Willie Day again. It was like it was just Willie Day yesterday.
Well, every day could be Willie Day if you're really into it.
Well,
hey, Doc 69, I want to be on your show.
Well, we'll have to work something out. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out because I record my shows outside of. I don't do mine live, so we'll have to figure something out.
It don't matter. I want to be on your show.
I'll get you back with Debbie. How's that sound?
That's fine too. I talk to her probably about once a week.
You're always welcome in Nancy's show. You know that. Well, James is.
No, I don't think Nancy likes me too damn much anymore.
Why?
James is an idiot.
Yeah, James is an idiot. People don't like James. James is too opinionated.
Willie's way smarter than James.
I'll tell you. See, at least Willie's easy to get along with. James, James ain't got no friends.
Oh shit!
That too.
I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
I haven't laughed like this in a while, Willie. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, that was almost like having David Ogden with us.
Yeah, I miss David. Miss Yotivation Nation too.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Rizzo.
Yeah.
I miss Barry. Josh, yeah.
You haven't seen Barry, yeah. You ought to come in by on a Wednesday sometime, Willie.
Yeah, just to swing in.
Just to mess with Barry, you know.
You want to come in for a pre-show on Wednesday? That'll be funny.
Yeah, send me a link. I'll see where I'm at.
Yeah. Why don't you come in at the same time you normally do at 7 o'clock would be on Wednesday Eastern time. So the beginning of the second hour, right?
Great Conspiracy is restreaming us, and he's like, "Good stuff, guys." Like, thank you. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to you. Hey, I do birthday parties too.
Anyways, we're under 30 seconds. We're got a countdown coming up here. Any second now. All right, you take care, Willie.
All right, Willie.
Later, Willie.
Peace. Love you, brother.
You too, man.
All right, here it comes. 5.
You too, huh?
4.
Oh, man. You can't even
3.
He says you
2. 1. And you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. The fastest 2 hours in radio. Tonight is March 1st, 2026. And with me, I've got Doc on the mic. What's up, Doc?
Just rolling here for Willie. He was on fire tonight.
Him and his new drug he's trying to sell. I mean, I can't be having that. You know that, Doc, right? I can't be having that.
It's a violation of his contract anyway. He knew that. He's not supposed to do any outside endorsements on the show.
Yeah, I mean, if you came to me next week and said, "Hey, man, I really want to plug this new drug from, whatever pharmaceutical that I've never heard of, by the way." Well, no, we need to see studies. We need to get it past the lawyers. We need to know that this thing's not going to kill you if you pop 2 of them in a day instead of 1 a day. You know what I mean? It's how dangerous is it? What does it do? Are there actual clinical studies behind it? You can't just come in willy-nilly and start peddling drugs to the mass markets.
Yeah, and then we have network issues too with that as well, because when you take and advertise something like that or bring something like that up, we don't know if those stations that are connected with us still have any kind of contract saying they can't have them on or that product on or not.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So anyway, we're in it with Willie. The guy's insane. We all know it. But we're looking at some news here to get into in this next hour. And Trump is saying that Cuba might be the friendliest takeover of all time in human history. What do you think of that, Doc?
Oh, well, I mean, look, out of all of the invasions that we've talked about so far, Cuba's the one that, like, literally does. We wouldn't need to do much of anything. I mean, if we continue to keep them from getting oil, and they have to keep getting their oil from, like Russia, for example, is trying to send them oil now as an emergency. If we keep that up and blockade them, Cuba would pretty much be over. But then we could also go the other route and just open up trade with Cuba and let the capitalism flow and the people down there would be more open to the idea of working with us. I think there's a lot of things we could do within Cuba that we wouldn't even really have to do much military work.
Yeah, it's the carrot and the stick, and it's the same offer we've given to them for the last, 100 years. You know,
Yeah.
that, hey, man, get rid of this commie stuff and come live in the free world, and you'll be an insanely rich country. You're 90 miles off the shores of Miami. You know how many speedboats there are in Miami that would love to have a 90-mile away target where they could go and celebrate the world? I mean, we all remember The Godfather. Where were they when New Year's Eve hit? They all went to Cuba because that was the place to be.
Used to be the place to be in the Caribbean was Cuba. It was a very wealthy country before the communists took over.
Yeah, I mean, the place to be anywhere, right? I mean, it's New Year's Eve. Where does not Tony Montana, but what's his name? Al Pacino, as the Godfather. Where does he go? He's in Cuba. It's a place to be. It could easily be that way again. They have all those, 1960s cars. Right to this day, they're still driving around 1960 like Cadillacs and whatnot. And those things were pricey and like nice back in the day.
Yeah.
Imagine what that country would be like today.
It's wild that that they are so close to us and yet so far outside of the capitalist system. It really is a shame. I mean, I don't think people today really understand. It was the Las Vegas before there was a Las Vegas. It was the place that every rich and powerful person went to spend their holidays. They went to Cuba. That was the Caribbean island stop. And when that went away and became a communist island, it changed forever the Caribbean and how we, America dealt with the Caribbean.
It would be a huge shock to the people there if it ever opened up, because money would flow into that island like the giant sucking sound that Ross Perot warned us of.
Yeah.
But it would be going into a free country 90 miles away, a half-hour flight from Miami. Your airplane goes up. It's a 747, by the way, because there's so many people that want to go there. So your 747 leaves Miami, goes up to an elevation of about 600 feet, and then you're there.
Yeah, I mean, and you would have, a whole different way of dealing with the business interactions with the island. Then, I mean, you could have import businesses pop up out of nowhere. You could have beyond just the people coming in to visit the island. You could actually have businesses come and start developing the island. There hasn't been any real development in Cuba in the time that they've been communist. It's all been backwards. Like you said, they still have 1950s cars.
And this article from Post Millennial talks about Trump says U.S. may have a friendly takeover of Cuba. Now, I don't want to redraw the maps. I don't want to add it as a state at all. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talk about, this expansion of America into, let's take over Canada. Let's take over Greenland, Cuba, Venezuela. Let's make it all part of America. No, I don't want that at all. Right? I want Cuba to be Cuba. I want them to have their own country and for them to rule themselves, but to be an open, democratic, well, I don't want to say democratic because, our forefathers warned us about democracies and how horrible they are, and they've been proven right. A representative republic is what we have if we can keep it, as Benjamin Franklin so famously said. But here we are looking at a situation where Cuba could really just throw in the towel any day now and say, we're done. We're cut off. Uncle, please let us into, give us the carrot. Give us the carrot. And the carrot is, bam, you become a first world country overnight. And I mean overnight. In 6 months, in 12 months, in 2 years, in 10 years. Think about the changes that would happen to that place. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
Oh, we have so many wealthy Cubans in South Miami, in South Florida, in that area that could immediately start funneling investment funds into Cuba, and they have family already there, so there's already the networks. I mean, Cuba that's the place where I think if we can get it to be peaceful, we don't have to destroy a bunch of the country. They can just agree to some new deal. We can open up restrictions. I think it would go a long way to making things better for them and for us in that region. Because right now we have Haiti and Puerto Rico, and we have a couple other Caribbean islands, but there's no real Caribbean power. Cuba could be a Caribbean power and really unify that region in a more economically sound manner. The Cuban people are pretty ingenuitive.
Exactly, and you've got Jamaica just south of them.
Yeah,
which you don't hear a lot. You know what I mean? It's just Jamaica. It just exists. It's there. They're jamming, man. You know what I mean? They're living their lives as best, to their best abilities. And I mean, gosh, I don't know. I was watching some travel guy the other day going through Jamaica, and what a everybody there is the next Bob Marley. I mean,
Yeah.
you can stop any person on the street and say, give me your best reggae or your rap, whatever. They've got it on. It's like Japan with the karaoke. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
But they haven't, but they just exist. But Cuba, as you were saying, would thrive in that environment. Thrive. I mean, they would make money hand over fist. Costs would go up dramatically. But, when a taxi cab ride halfway across the island, which is like the size of Florida, costs, $50 versus $500 in Florida, yeah, prices are going to go up,
It would be very interesting if it could be done. I think it would be a positive if it could be, but it's got to be done delicately because there are geopolitical consequences. China has their tentacles deep into that area.
And I'll tell you, if if that ever happened, and you're like some automotive dudes, like, guy who just loves 60s cars, and you go down there and you retrofit all those things and you make a law in the country that just says, these cars are forever to be, like, we don't want cash for clunkers to ever touch these cars. They should be like the representative of the country. You know what I mean? All those 1960s cars, just fix every single one of them up to the nines and sure they always stay on the road forever.
Yeah, and I don't have any doubt that could be a thing that happened if Cuba were to ditch the communism. But that's the real thing is, are they now culturally communists now that it's been so long? It's hard to tell.
Well, it's like a lot of people that come up from Central America and the United States. They're not. They understand that America is different because we are a capitalist country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you came here as a quote-unquote refugee, I would argue economic refugee, from anywhere in Central America, you understand there's a difference. America has freedom. And that's why you're here, and that's why we're successful. And you really don't want to come here and just see that go away. You know what I mean? So I think communism, people who lived under communism are the first ones to say it sucks, and we don't want it.
Oh, this is very true. We see that very often.
Exactly. Anyway, let's move on to some other stories here. Breaking news. The CEO of the World Economic Forum, Borg Brend, resigns after investigation into his relationship with Epstein has been launched. Good riddance. Reading from MAGA Voice over on X. The World Economic Forum is something we've talked about ad nauseum on the show over the years. Over the last 2 decades, we've been on the air almost 8 years now. But I've been covering this stuff for 20 years. The World Economic Forum, the head of it, right? The new CEO, the guy who took Klaus Schwab's position, Borg Brend, is out, Doc, because of his relationship with Epstein. And they started looking into it, and he said, I better just step down. I don't want to bring down the World Economic Forum under my I would just as soon step down to make sure the World Economic Forum can continue unblemished. Yeah, no, you're blemished, dude. The World Economic Forum is blemished, Doc.
I think all of these superstructures that the globalists have built are in a lot of danger. I will say, give Trump a lot of credit for this. his foreign policy, despite my despising of the interventionalism, his foreign policy otherwise has been devastating to the globalist system. The globalists are actually reeling under Trump, and it's part of the reason why Europe has been such a thorn in our side this whole first year and a half of his second term, because they are under the thumb of the globalists. And so the World Economic Forum getting taken down, and many of their members being taken down with this Epstein network thing, is just some nice icing on top of the cake. It's pretty nice. I like it.
Yeah. And as a non-interventionist, I mean, we talked about what happened in Venezuela while it happened. You know what I mean? I think it happened on a Sunday. So it was like fresh off the press when we went to air. And I mean, it took them, they went in and left. The whole operation took what, like 3 hours? You know Something what I mean? Like that, yeah. That's foreign intervention. That's how it's done.
I mean, if you're going to do it, and you can go in, snatch the leader, take him out, and leave somebody in place to work with you that's willing to make a deal, that should be. I mean, again, it's like we talked about the top of the show. If you are willing to try to win, you have much different outcomes than if you're just trying to grift money of a forever war.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like a picture of bar fight where somebody just throws one punch, it's over, and they say okay, versus like this drawn out battle in the parking lot that takes an hour and they both go to the hospital.
And then somebody who's got their pride hurt decides they want to pull out a gun. Yeah, that's what we saw in the Middle East for years. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just went on and with no end in sight because, like you said, there's so much money in war. And if, you go in there, it takes 3 hours, you take out the leader, you bring him back to New York and put him on trial,
Yep.
That's, like, where's the money for Raytheon in that?
No, there isn't any. And that's really the key component to a lot of our foreign policy in the past.
Yeah. I mean, Raytheon can make the money to put the technology in place that allows us to be in there and get out. But they're not going to make, the infinite amount of money that you would make if we just stayed there for 6 years. If we were still in Venezuela, I'd be pissed. As pissed as anybody. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
and I think that's the thing that so many people who are anti-interventionalist fear, that at so many turns that it turns into that system, and we don't want that to happen again.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's an interesting article I've got from Zero Hedge. I mean, this really kind of blew me away when I saw this. And 85% of babies in 2026 will be born in Asia and Africa. Right?
Yeah. Sounds about right. Okay. I mean, considering the way things have been going demographically.
Now, granted, Africa and Asia have the biggest, Asia, of course, has the just all the numbers, right? Like, so much of a large percentage of the population lives in Asia and Africa to boot. But here's the breakdown. 49% for Asia, 36% of the births of next year, 2026, will be in Africa. Europe, 5%. America, 3%. Latin America, 7%. And 0.5% in Australia. Okay. Now, Australia is, a country and a continent. It's not very big. That makes sense. I'm not like, no fear mongering over Australia, but 3% for North America and 5% for Europe.
Yeah.
Those are crazy numbers.
Well, and that's a sign of our demographics, right? These elder population and not many young people. And we're also going through this cultural thing that happens with wealthy countries where our kids aren't having kids. And so you're getting a aging population that doesn't have children. And it's now. I don't think
Yeah.
we should, when you're talking about the percentages, how much each population group has, but India, for example, they're all young. Their whole entire population is majority below 40. And so they are just having kids and growing and growing. And there's many African countries that are like that as well.
I mean, they have a lot of kids and nobody grows past the age of 50 because, I mean, no offense to India. I love India. I love Indian people. But, man, I would never travel there. And I'm sure every, Indian person I know would say, oh, no, if you're taking your honeymoon in Mumbai, do not do this. Do not ever do this.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a big mistake. You will not have a marriage after this. How about Thailand? Go to Thailand. It's very nice.
Go to the Philippines. Go to the Vietnam. Vietnam is very tourist friendly these days.
Anywhere but Mumbai. Do not go to Mumbai.
Yeah. Pretty bad reputation when it comes to global travelers. They're not. It's not exactly the key spot for folks.
But when you're in America here, they talk about white men being the dominant, the mass majority of people on this planet, and we're again 3% of the births for next year of North America, not just cis white men, the whole of the continent.
Yeah.
7% in Latin America, no less.
And here in the United States, I mean, if you want to break it down racially and just not culturally, the white population is right around 50% right now. So, I mean, actual cis white males are a tiny population of the world.
Yeah, I think we're above 3-4% of the entire planet's population.
The total, total.
Yeah, and so, complete minority. So when they go to a place like England and they say, why aren't the shires, why aren't the backcountries, why aren't, the countryside more diverse? Well, have you gone to China and demand that there's more Englishmen in the countryside of China?
The Han would not like that very much.
Yeah, are you going to India and saying, well, it's not very diverse here in the, countryside. All I see are Indian people. That's not, your strength, India. Your strength is diversity.
It's such a silly concept, isn't it? When you apply it to foreign countries, it seems so odd and silly.
But doesn't it? All of a sudden, it's like, what? Yeah. Why would, you're not going to go to Nigeria and say, man, there's a lot of black people here. It doesn't seem very diverse, does it?
Yeah. They would lock you up in their version of a padded cell if you did that over there.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, let's see. There was a shooting the other night in, what was it? I'm sorry. No, let's actually go into the elections over in the UK. They had a by-election. It was basically somebody retired from the House there, and so they had an election to fill that seat. It was just a one-off, one little area of Gorton and Denton, two places I'd never heard of. But the Green Party won, and they won pretty well, right? By running ads in the native language of Pakistan.
Yep.
So the Green Party, which is supposed to be about the environment, pandered to Pakistanis and won their seat, which had been, a liberal, like a Democratic equivalent seat for 100 years. Yep. The Democrat equivalent party there came in third place behind Reform, and the Green Party. The Green Party just pandered. They said, let's just win this thing. What do we got to do to win it? Pander to the Pakistanis. No one's going to do it. Let's do it. And it turned out to fall right in line with the demographics of the area.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be ethnic enclaves deciding many elections in England, I think.
Exactly. From here forward, it really changes the demographics of things. And there was a really big scandal that came out of that. Something I've never heard of before called family voting. which doesn't seem that bad. Family voting. What's wrong with that? Sounds good on the surface, right? Have you heard that term, Doc?
No, that sounds cuddly, though. I'm sure it's not good.
Well, it's the father, the patriarch of the family, with his wife and, although his 4 wives and however many, daughters and sons they have. And, and basically the patriarch of the family goes in there with his wife. He goes in and votes. Then he brings his wife into the voting booth and they, vote together, family voting. And then maybe if they have any kids of age, they all go in with the father and they all vote as well. So if the wife really wanted to vote for reform because she didn't want to wear that burqa, well, you can't do that because your husband's there watching over you as you vote.
Yeah. That doesn't seem like it is a one person, one vote kind of situation. That doesn't.
Oh yeah,
doesn't seem very legal. I don't know if it is over there, but that sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, how about women's rights too, right? There was always that thing like back in the 70s and 80s where, yeah, sure, your husband's very conservative, but you're not. And you can just sort of say, yes, honey, yes, honey, yes, honey. But when you go into that ballot box, you can vote for whoever you want, and he's none the wiser, right? That's out the window.
Oh, yeah. Islamists don't put up with that nonsense.
Oh, no. But, the UK does.
Yeah, it's 2-tier kier. The Muslims get to do their own thing because that's the way that goes over
yes,
there.
Stala! You have to say the name correctly. It's Kiastama.
Kiastama.
Sakia. Sir. You understand? Respect us, sir. Yes, Sakia.
That man is crazy what he's doing over there. But no, I think it's I think that's a very, very telling thing about how they organize politically, the Islamists. They are political from birth because in their way of dealing with Islam, it is a political and religious system. We've talked about this before. And they teach the boys at a very young age to be political, to get involved, to vote, and to do these kind of things to take advantage of the system wherever they can.
Yeah. And that's what they're doing, man. It's not rocket science, folks. And they've told you 1,000 times. They're there to take over the country eventually with patience.
It made me laugh. Yeah, it made me laugh when it was the Green Party that won with the Muslim vote because it's become quite clear that the Green Party no longer stands for green energy, but for the green of the Islamic flag. That made
exactly the Saudi
that
flag,
irony was not lost on me.
Yeah, they've just given up. They knew that they can't win with their green stuff because it's too expensive and nobody wants it.
Yeah.
But they figured out a loophole, and the loophole is screw it. We never cared. They always wanted to take down England. Take down that's the whole thing. And so this is another way to do it. Just sell out your quote unquote liberalism, which they weren't liberal, but sell that out. Who cares? And just sign up for the Islamic caliphate that's about to come. And we welcome our Muslim overlords.
Basically. Basically.
Because they're going to be all about the green stuff when they finally take over, and then we'll get our way because they love God and they love Allah and they love the land. And so they'll, of course, demand, that nobody burns oil. Oh, wait a minute. Arabs don't want people to burn oil? Oh, gosh, wait, that might not work.
Yeah, I don't think they thought it through that far. I think they just wanted to win the election.
Yeah. All right, DOC, TORE 420 on X, on Minds.com, on all those fabulous places out there. What a pleasure to have you tonight, man. It's always so much fun to go over this stuff with you because we don't always see eye to eye, and I love that.
Makes for a good conversation.
Exactly. I mean, we do see eye to eye on a lot of things, but there's things we don't, and that's what makes it fun, like to hash out that gray area in between us. So, folks, this has been the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. If you want to find me, go to minds.com, minds.com/censorshipsucks, and look us up. I post all of the articles we're going to cover every week right over there. And other than that, have a great night. We will see you on Wednesday.
Thank you for listening to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. If you've missed any of tonight's show, you can find it and others in our archives. Thanks again, and you can catch us next week for another brand new show.